Welcome back to Red Hot Marriage. It's going to be a fun one today because this one we got to live it out just this past week.
Just like always, we tried every episode to be
relevant,
connected to our life. And
It
this was
really is.
definitely connected to our life.
No, for sure, for sure. But before we begin, let's start with a little question. Okay. When we first met.
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be one that you have to go and ask your spouse about this. Okay. What was your favorite thing about me when you met me? This is going back to when we first met.
When we first met, it was your Wranglers and Ropers.
My okay. That's not what I expected. I was thinking like the way that you would talk, the way, okay, Wranglers and Ropers, that's very specific. Yeah, I used to be a cowgirl. I used to dress like that a long time ago. So for me, it was your sense of humor.
Yeah.
I just loved how funny you were. And you are really funny. So that was something that I really, really loved. But, your face didn't hurt. Your eyes didn't hurt, the way you looked didn't hurt either. That just was a bonus for sure. But today we're talking about compatibility because this is something that came up in our
one of the sessions
in one of our sessions that we had. We love to. This is like one of our favorite things to do is meet with couples that are in the pre-marriage stage and do SYMBIS with them, which is it stands for saving your marriage before it starts. So we do premarital. And premarital is something that we love to do. So if you are a couple out there and you are wanting to get married, you're soon to get married, or maybe you're even exploring the possibility of thinking about maybe could this person be the one, we'd love to sit with you and do an assessment with you and then try to help you navigate that. But this is a question that came up in one of our sessions because when they received their results, right, they saw there were some things in there that kind of make them take a step back and say like, wait a minute. Should we do this or not? Should we proceed? And the question of compatibility came up.
Yes.
So you can talk a little bit about what that looked like.
Well, just what is compatibility?
What is it?
Is it something that we should be concerned about? Is it something that we build? Is it something that is basically just chemistry between the couple? Is it what Hollywood and all the movies that we see? Is that the truth? Is that what it is? Is that the only thing that it is? And so with this couple, we're trying to talk through what is compatibility, and today we're going to talk about that. We're going to break down what is compatibility.
That's right. So this is one area that I think that will be really helpful for couples that are thinking about getting married, and even for those that are already married and are wanting to make a stronger marriage, between them. So 5 traits of compatibility in couples. The number 1 is emotional safety. Emotional safety is something that every couple needs to really think like, this could work out. Are you able to bring to someone, to that person that you love, that person that you're dating, really your full self? Are you able to feel safe whenever you bring up things that are important to you, that are relevant to your relationship? Is there emotional safety to say anything? What do you think?
And emotional safety, the way it looks like and is something heavy in the marriage, in the relationship, something that maybe hits you, the conversation that you had that hits you the wrong way, and you don't know how to move forward with it internally. And for the regular, the people that normally just do relationship, normally they carry this and never say anything. And emotional safety is that your partner, right? You're in the relationship, your soon to be wife, soon to be husband, that you feel comfortable enough to say, when you said this yesterday, this is the way it made me feel. And if you have that kind of relationship, then that meets the criteria for this one, for emotional safety.
Yeah.
You have a relationship that has the beginnings or one of these qualities of compatibility, which is super important. And are you born with this?
That's a
Is
good
this
one.
something that only certain people have it?
No.
No, you can create it. You
You can
can build
learn.
it.
Yeah.
You can learn. As you know, you come from a totally different environment than your soon-to-be wife or husband, and some of these things you might not. They're alien to you,
Right.
as they were to me when I got married to this beautiful girl. But in the process, I had to mature as a man. I had to grow up. I had to say, this is not working out.
Yeah, think. No, for sure.
So I had to learn. I had to take ownership of
Yeah.
that and become a better man, a better communicator, and build this area. So
That's
this
so
is
good.
this is something that you can build.
Absolutely. You can learn and grow into it. Like,
You can build.
emotional safety means also like there is no fear of the person dismissing your thoughts, dismissing your emotions, but that they give you space to just be you. Okay.
Yeah.
And be authentically you without needing to hide or, put a filter there of who you really are. So when you have that emotional safety, then there's then room for vulnerability and room for deeper connection. So yeah, that's a super important one. So absolutely, emotional safety is one that is super important. The other one that we come across is shared core values. Number 2, you have to have shared core values. Yes, people of all sorts of backgrounds and cultures and religious beliefs, they get married. Now, are they successful? Some are.
Yeah.
Some are, and some are not. So marriage is already hard, and we've talked about this
Yeah.
before. And then having values that are not shared, that just adds another layer of work in already a really challenging work that marriage is, right? So shared common values is super important. Do I believe the same way that you believe? Like if we get married, what church are we going to attend? Are we going to attend church? Do
Yeah.
we believe in God? Do we not believe in God?
Right.
Do we believe? How are we going to raise our children? Like,
Are we
all
gonna
of
have
these.
kids?
Are we going to have kids?
Yeah.
Do we are you going to stay home? Or am I going to stay home?
Right.
Who's supposed to work? All of these shared values are going to be so important and a foundation to see if this relationship can even move forward. So shared values
And
is
those
one.
shared values, sometimes they look like expectations. What do you expect? And a lot of that, those expectations, they live in your mind.
They do.
And if you don't share them, they'll stay in your mind.
Yeah.
And if you end up getting married to that person, then if you still don't share them, they'll become a disappointment. And a lot of the time, marriages end because of the expectations, lack of, or the way you say it, better said, unmet expectations.
True. True.
But if you share them, now there are in the open, they're on the table, and we can agree and we can continue to work through those.
And it's not necessarily like you like the same things. That it's all
No.
about I like the same movies, I like the same music, I like the same books.
No.
No, but it's really at the core of who I am. Can this person come along and support me? Do I support them? Do we believe in the same things?
Yeah.
Right? And that is what really creates a deeper connection. And of course, for us, we've talked about this before, the core belief of having the Lord in the middle of your marriage, that's critical. If you're a Christian, that is critical. We know we have amazing single friends that they're out there in the dating world and they're like, I don't know, I just want to find a guy and marry a guy and that'll be nice and everything. And it's like, wait, you really need to be looking into someone that shares your same core values.
Right.
Because that's going to open up a whole different set of problems for you if you just marry anyone, right? So having those core beliefs is super important when it comes to marriage.
They're core.
They are core.
And as in the list of expectations, as I was talking about early, core values are like the priority in those expectations. They're the things that move you, the things that you believe in, the things that you see yourself in the future having, like a family. Like for me, it was having a family. I wanted Diana to have the ability to stay home with the kids, and she was able to do that, and she was okay with to do that. I never wanted for her to be forced to go
work.
to work.
Well, I'm thinking of a couple that I remember in a premarital that we did with them, and they were one of the beliefs for him, for her, she was like, I can't wait to be a stay-at-home mom. And then when we got to that question, he was like, what do you mean you're not going to work? So it was like, and she's like, what do you mean you want me to work? So right there, like totally
Core value,
opposite.
core
It's like,
value.
that is,
Yeah.
you guys need to come to a place.
But you
of
see how
agreement.
some expectations could be very, very common, very, who's going to throw the trash, all
Yeah.
this stuff. But these are core values.
Yeah, critical.
These are critical, and that's a good word to instead of critical values.
Critical values.
Critical
Yeah, that's true.
expectations.
Yeah.
And for sure, those
Yeah.
are something that you need to have for compatibility. You need to have those core values set. You need to be able to talk about them.
Another one is healthy conflict resolution.
Oh.
Yeah, when we don't have healthy conflict resolution, we are going to continue to go in circles around the same mountain over and over and over again. So you need to be emotionally healthy to be able to come to the table, air your grievances, make peace, and then continue to build a stronger marriage.
It's interesting to me that the first one was emotional safety.
Right.
And to go to the number 3 and now having to create strategies for conflict resolution, I think number 1 is very important.
It is. It's critical. It's critical because if you don't have safety, how can you have
Yes.
good conflict
yes.
resolution? You can't.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big
impossible.
domino,
Yeah.
right, on those. But conflict resolution is, for any of the couples that are listening that are looking to get married or they're thinking of getting married one day, I think that this would be something to test in the relationship.
Oh yeah,
Conflict
and we always tell
resolution.
couples too, like, have you guys had a fight already?
Yeah.
No, we love each other. We never fight. I'm like, you guys really should. You all really need to see each other in really stressful situations. Like if you're traveling somewhere, if you're doing
That's a good way to find out.
Oh
Travel-
yeah. Oh
travel-
my gosh.
travel.
Traveling, you can really, and travel with a group of friends, of course,
Yeah.
right? But like, how are they under stress, under tension?
yes.
Because this is who's going to show up
Yeah.
in the marriage too, right? So you want to see, can the person really communicate what their needs are?
Yeah.
Where it is, what's bothering them, or are they just explosive? Are they just gonna not know how to use their words whenever it comes to resolving conflict? And if that's the case, if they're not there, they haven't developed themselves yet, then there's lots of free books, lots of therapists that they can pay for, but they can start doing the work before you guys enter into marriage, because this is an area that you have to have good conflict resolution, because it's inevitable. You're going to have conflict.
Yes,
You
and
will.
you have to have a framework
You
to resolve conflict. Make up a framework. Look for some resources, and have that framework. So whenever the conflict hits, you know how to tackle it.
Yeah.
How to go through a framework to have those conversations, to pull out the emotions that are breaking down, the misunderstandings, all those different things, because it's a critical skill in compatibility. And guess what? This is out there. Like,
Yeah.
you can learn this skill. It's like you're not born with this skill.
No.
It's a skill that you can learn how to use it. You can learn it, and you can learn how to implement it. And if you do that, you're getting closer to having the traits of compatibility.
Well, I love something that you said earlier, that you had to learn this too, like to take ownership and and to be present and to grow in areas where you saw
Yeah.
gaps in your life, right? You needed to grow on those things, and as an adult, you have to grow.
Yes.
So if your partner is telling you, "Hey, we can't seem to resolve any issues," like whenever I tell you something, you start stonewalling me. Well, what is stonewalling? First, let's define that, right? You just become this person that you just closed off, and communication stops, or there's silent treatment, and it's a way to manipulate things just so we don't bring it up. Well, there's no safety. Now there's very poor conflict resolution. That's like 2 out of 5. That's not looking good, right? But if you are willing to do the work and really find out, okay, what in me is being pressed? What is going on that
Yeah.
I'm showing up this way? Why am I so defensive? Why am I unable to hold space for someone who is hurting, the person that I allegedly love, right? Then, okay, that's work and then you can do on yourself. But if you're finding that, yeah, you're pretty good, you have good core values, you are able to be an emotionally safe person, and you have good conflict resolutions, it's looking good.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
We're in the right path.
We're in the right path.
Yeah.
This number 4 is good. It's mutual effort and reciprocity.
Yes.
Mutual effort and reciprocity. Okay, so what does
Yes.
that look like? It's not 50-50 like most couples think. It's 100 and 100.
Like you bring your whole self
That's right.
to the moment, whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 100 and 100. Both people are invested. Both people are pursuing. Both people are doing the work. Both people are contributing,
Yeah.
right, to this relationship. And that's the way that it should play out in marriage as well. Because you're going to have to bring yourself, all of yourself, into it. And you bring all of yourself because there's days that your spouse is going to only be at maybe a 70%, and you're going to need to make up the difference for them, right?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be always. So we have to bring our all into this. If you start at 50%, you're already started in a deficit.
You're already in deficit. That's not good.
No, it's 100% that you're
Yeah,
bringing, right?
yeah.
100% of you in this. So that's super important. The effort and reciprocity, it needs to be there.
Effort.
Yeah.
Effort is that's what feeds the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? Can you imagine if I'm building this pile, and then my partner, my soon to be wife, my soon to be husband, and I'm building building this pile, and this person is only adding with minimum effort whatever in the spare time and whatever's left over they're putting into this pile. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But think of it the right way. What if they're both responding with 100% effort, where they're building this pile of effort, this home, this future together, and they're building 100%. Now you can feel the energy, you can feel the agreement in that, and that is the other part of compatibility. And all these things that we're talking about today is things that you can learn, things that maybe you're not born with, but you can observe. And if you don't have them, you can find help to really get these.
And sometimes we have couples that will sit with us, and you see that one of them is really eager to like get married. And then the other one is like, I don't know about this. I'm going to drag.
Let's slow it down.
Let's slow it down. And sometimes you do need to slow it down. But it's like almost like I am dragging you to the altar.
Yeah.
You should not be
That's not
dragging
good.
anyone to the altar. You should not.
No.
So that is for us a red flag when you have one that is really resolute in marriage, and then the one that is a little bit more hesitant.
Reluctant.
They're reluctant to step into that area. So yeah, you're bringing it your all. That's what you are doing here. And then the last one, number 5, is emotional and physical connection. So let's unpack that. Pretty easy.
Emotion. I mean, if you think about these 5, and there could be more, but these are 5 that we can really see in our experience, couples that we dealt with, couples that
We're counseling.
they're counseling. But
We're coaching.
If you think about it, all these 5 have something to do with emotional maturity.
So true.
Emotional maturity. You have to be an emotional, mature adult.
Right.
Because
That's so good, honey.
Because marriage and relationship, they're gonna throw you off. They're gonna throw you off, and you're not gonna know how to respond to the challenges that they bring in relationship, in arguing, in conflicts that you face, different situations of life, and you gotta have the emotional capacity to be able to tackle them, to talk through those things, and it's one of those skill sets that you can learn, and the difference that it's going to make in your marriage, in your courting relationship, is going to have a huge impact.
I think friendship is so important, and this is part of the emotional connection and physical connection too, that you are friends, that you are able to talk about things, you're able to have fun together, that you're able to do things together and enjoy each other's presence, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have two people that are completely opposite, they don't even like doing the same thing, like you're going to be with this person for a long, long, long time. Do you even like him? It's a good question to ask. Like,
Simple, yeah.
does he annoy me? Does she annoy me? Is something like about their voice just like really throwing me off right now? Well, that's a voice you're going to wake up to every single day and go to sleep to also. So super important to like those things, like you got to make a decision. Yes or no,
Yeah.
I can think of a person that was dating someone and one of they just had a quirk, and in talking to this girl, she was like, I don't know that I can live with that quirk. I don't know, I just don't know. And it's like, well, who's forcing you to live with that quirk? And she was like, absolutely right, I am not forcing myself to live with that quirk. So that may be somebody else's husband, but he ain't mine. He ain't not mine. And that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's where we go through premarital. That's where we go through these sessions so we can then unpack like what is going on. And hey, is this even something that we can move forward, kind of trek along to see where this takes us? So those are so important.
I mean, the other thing is that you can look at this, and if you've been dating the same person
Yeah.
for a month, 3 months, a year, and you can go down this list, and it's very simple, right?
Yeah.
That's why we narrowed down to just 5. I mean, that could be a lot more, but these 5, and you can kind of gauge what your relationship needs, right? Like if you have one of those, you're gonna need to put some work in before you get to the point of
You have 1 out of 5.
Yeah, 1 out of 5. Yeah, but I want for you to think through it, because all these they can be learned.
Yeah.
And also you can get a gauge of your relationship in your compatibility range in these 5. Very simple. And if, like I said, if you're only one, that means that you need to put in some work.
Yeah. So one that I know that we've been asked before in couples that are like waiting, what if we are sexually incompatible? And that has come up in some couples, and that's the concern. Like, what if we don't connect in that area? And what I like to say to couples is that you really do have the rest of your life to learn with each other. This gift that God has given you through sex.
Yeah.
It's the gift that He's given you for marriage and marriage alone. And in this covenant relationship, you get to then explore and figure out that, hey, if this doesn't work, we can try something else if
Right.
we don't like this. And that is something that is the beauty of being in covenant with someone, that then you get to discover that. So we want to have the 5 of them, and then this one about sex, we can figure it out. There's a lot of
Yeah, I think
tools to
that
do
number
that.
5 is the emotional and physical
And
connection.
physical connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and but it also, I think it ties into is emotional and physical, the physical connection.
And I think that even establishing number 1, the safety, that is there safety in this relationship. There will be safety then to talk about the harder things that you will need to talk about in marriage, which is like, hey, the sex part of it too. But it's so important to establish those. And if you have these 5 working for you so far, then it's a good indicator that you're on the right track, that you can maybe take it into the next step.
That's a
which
good
is
measure
marriage.
of compatibility.
So it is. It's a
simple
great measure.
in just 5 different areas that you can look at.
Absolutely.
And you can really have a good gauge of compatibility.
Yeah.
So is compatibility a good a thing?
Yeah, it is. It
is.
actually is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. And kind of going through these 5 and seeing, okay, where am I in this? And we'll say what we told the couple that we met with was that we see their report and we see those areas that are red flags, and ultimately them willing to make the space to talk about these things and explore them lets us know that, hey, they're in a good place. they're in a good place, because all the other stuff you can really work
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And both of them are eager to work through those things so they can then get to the ultimate goal of like, hey, is this
And
the
that is
person
like
that
a
God has for
measure
me?
of compatibility.
Yeah, and so much maturity
You're
too.
leading into compatibility. Like, I want to know about you. I want to hear about me.
Yeah.
I want to see what I need to change, what we need to talk through. That is awesome. That is beautiful. I love to see that.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're maybe somebody that's planning on getting married and you are looking at, okay, could this person be the one that God has for me? We'd love to meet with you. We'd love to, reach out to us, and we can have a free 15-minute consultation with you, and then see how we can come alongside and help you navigate this next step, because that is so exciting to have couples that are in that space of like, maybe this is the one. So, clear invitation to do that.
I love it.
Yeah.
And this is a great way to continue to build a red hot marriage.
That's right.
And
right.
and
This is the backdrop to
that's
build.
the backdrop.
It's a backdrop to
yes,
build a red hot
yes,
marriage.
yes.
So, and this is where it starts. So, yes, reach out, do that.
Absolutely.
And if you want more content like this, you can always follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. So, anywhere there's a podcast, we will be there. So, we hope to give you some things here, some thoughts that help your marriage, or help you that maybe you're thinking about marriage, in having an awesome red hot marriage. So
That's right.
until next time, right?
Until next time, let's
Yeah.
continue building
A red hot marriage,
red hot
baby.
marriage. Love you.
I love you, babe.